Welcome to a quick little sequence that I'm going to do to release the hips and back. So we can all use that from time to time. So we're just going to start with our feet about hip width or a little bit further apart from each other. Sitting up nice and tall. And then gently coming into windshield wiper pose, knees come from side to side. Sometimes it's great to have just a quick little sequence, 10 or 15 minutes if you don't have a lot of time, that you can jump on the mat and get some relief. So just notice as you bring the toes up, a little bit of a stretch in the calf. And the next time you come over to the right side, we're going to release the body over to the left. And coming up, bending right into the heel into towards the left hip. And you can take the right hand onto the left knee, the left hand comes behind, and sit up nice and tall as you twist into this pose. And then slowly walking the hands back around, and we're going to take it to the other side. Feel a nice stretch in through the hip and the lower back. Breathing deeply into the belly. And then slowly walking the hands back. And again, you can just toggle side to side. Drawing the feet over to the left side this time. And gently looking towards your right. Drawing the right heel in towards the buttock, the left foot in towards the right knee. Sitting up nice and tall. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand is behind as you exhale and twist. And slowly walking the hands over to the other side. And just keep walking the hands towards behind you as much as you want to. You might feel like a deeper stretch today, so it's like you're wringing out a dirty dish rag. And then slowly coming back to center. And again, toggling the knees from side to side. So if you have a blanket or a pillow, you can feel free to prop yourself up on there. So we're going to take the right ankle onto the bottom of the left thigh and then walk the left foot up. This might be far enough for you. You're flexing the right foot and just keep walking. As long as it feels safe on your right knee, you can keep walking your hand up. And we're pressing through the hands and sitting up nice and tall. So this seated pigeon, the more you lean forward, you'll feel is the more intense it's going to get into your right hip and your glute. You can also use your blocks underneath your hand if you have shorter arms. You can slide your blocks underneath and prop yourself up like that. I have a bit longer arms, so my shoulders are hunching up to my ears when I do that. And just breathe into those tight glutes. close your eyes, relax. Some of you might go, relax. This might feel like a pretzel pose. It might not be very relaxing. So if you're holding your breath and it feels really strenuous, then just walk your toes down. You shouldn't be feeling that it's so intense that you're holding your breath and you can't breathe easily. So from here, we're gently going to rock from side to side again, just working into that hip. Let the breath move the energy through the body. And then slowly releasing down and sliding the left ankle to the bottom of the right thigh, just above the knee. Flex your left foot, and again sitting up tall. Feel yourself grounding down through the sitting bones, and the heart is reaching up towards the calf. So gently shifting from side to side. So we're always tuning into our body and listening to what feels right for us. I'm just here as a guide. My bone structure, my body is different than yours or the next person. So what might feel good and right for me might not feel good and right for you. So just tune in. You can take some suggestions and modify them to make them work for you. Releasing, we're going to roll right over onto our knees, coming into table pose. Spread the fingers nice and wide apart. And gently coming around into a big circle with your whole body. So you're pressing the hip out to the side and then down as if you're coming into child pose, and then around. So we're really trying to accentuate that C curve through our torso, opening up through the ribs, stretching the intercostal muscles between the ribs, and coming around. So inhaling as you come up, and exhaling as you come down. So you may need to turn your toes under like I just did. Sometimes when I have my feet, top of my feet flat on the mat, I get cramps from walking. So feel free to turn your toes under if that feels better for you, and stretch the bottom of the feet out. Feels great. So inhaling up and exhaling as you release down. So we're pressing into the shoulder, then the hip, and then the shoulder. And each inhalation, we're rounding that belly out, filling it, and then squeezing the breath out as you come down. So from here, we're going to switch direction. So inhaling as you come up, and exhale as you come, the hips come down towards the heels. And just start noticing where the creaks and the tightness are in your body. And you might find after you do this a few times, you might want to slow down and pause in certain areas. As I come around, I feel my right hip is a little tight, so I'm just going to breathe into that now. Around. So you might notice that your left hip is a little bit tight, and you can just exaggerate into that space and breathe. The breath is what's going to create some opening, getting new energy and oxygen into the area to release. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to center. Taking the right knee forward and extending the left leg back. So this is another great one that you can use your blocks for. So you can prop yourself up to the highest level, the medium level, or the lowest level to prop yourself and give your psoas muscle, your hip flexor on the left side, if your left leg is extended back, a nice stretch. Another option here is to clasp the hands behind you, open up through the heart center. So we always want to be in a position that we're not going too intensely into the psoas muscle, because it's kind of like a turtle, that if you go too hard and too fast into the stretch, it's like a turtle that pulls his head in. It gets a little bit spooked. So you just want to ease into that gently. You can take it down a little bit lower, switching to the other side. Maybe having your hands right down on the ground feels right for you today. Maybe that's enough of a stretch into the psoas. And the psoas connects on the inside of the femur bone and runs up through your core and then attaches onto your lumbar spine, finishing right at the bottom of the thoracic. So this attaches our legs to our torso. So this is a great, the biggest muscle in our body, and it helps us to sit and stand and walk, and it's so very important. And when we're stressed out, this muscle shortens. So we want to kind of coax it out. So the best way to coax the psoas to relax and release is through the breath. So we just take it into a nice gentle stretch, and then we breathe deeply into the belly. And then slowly walking that knee up, coming back onto our knees. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling them down, clasping the hands behind our back. Inhale, coming into a yoga mudra, coming forward on the head, arms come up. And inhaling all the way up. And exhaling the hands into Anjali Mudra. And we'll finish here. Namaste.